Good morning. We're going to paint this little cowboy today. I've already put the pattern on the board. It's a 6x6 board. I used a piece of graphite paper, laid the pattern on top and traced it. We're not going to do the cows, we're just doing the little cowboy. I have a beige and coral. We're just going to scrub in the background with those two colors. Mostly beige. I'm going to add a little white to that. Around the cowboy, I want it to be the lighter. I use a slanted paintbrush. I can use it as a point. Just going to get all the way around him. Inside the rope. And then we'll make the edges darker. Now the rope is going to be very easy to paint because it's almost the color of the board, so we're just gonna lay in a little bit of color there. I love to paint children. I'll make it a little bit darker down here where his feet are. Okay, let's continue around the little boy. If you paint it lighter around the subject, it makes the subject stand out and looks like he's standing in the light, if you will. It's a rainy day in North Alabama. It's kind of dark in here, even though I have lights on. Now let's add some contrast. Can you guys see this? It's really darker in here than I had anticipated. Okay, let's paint the edges. We're just going to use those same colors. This won't take but a minute. This will look so cute sitting on a little easel. And by the way, you can buy this little kit online. It's not going to be much, and it comes with an easel and all the paint you need, and a picture, and a board, and everything else you need. All the paint brushes, whatever I use to paint it, that's what you get. Okay. Okay, let's dry this with my little Amazon fan. I hope you can see this. It looks dark to me on camera. Now his little blue jeans is just really gonna pop. Make this just cute as it can be. Okay, I think that's dry enough. Okay, we're gonna go with skin color. Flesh. I have a dark and a light. I'm going to use a little paintbrush because this is a little painting. Okay, let's do his face. You see I've got a dark and a light here. I mix the two together. I'm not going to cover up my lines. We're going to make this back part of the ear a little bit darker. have this weird feeling that you can't see. I wonder if this will, how about that? Does that help? Yeah, let's do it that way. Okay. Get the front of his face. He's kind of in the light here. Okay, let's do his hands. The top of his hands are light. And again, I'm not going to cover up my lines. Now the end of his fingers are beginning to be in the shadow, so we'll make them a little bit darker. Just go ahead with the darker next to his sleeve. I'll do the front. Okay. Let's go ahead and do his hat. Let me find a brush. I'm going to use a little pointed one. It's going to be mostly white with just a touch of tan. Turn it sideways. The front, you know, this brush is too big. Let me get another brush. I haven't painted a painting this small in a long time. Okay, the front is mostly white. I like to use a little layer of paint so that it has a watercolor effect. Okay, this side of his hat is white. White with a little bit of tan. Okay, let's go to the tan. Let's do this little indentation. Let's go ahead and do the band. I don't know what my dog is doing. Let's do this edge right here. Okay, let's go back and add some white to it. Let's do this little brim here, just straight white. gonna have to add some beige to that. Okay, beige and white to finish the hat. Okay, straight beige. It's got some little holes in the top of the hat. I don't even know if I've been on camera. I'm so sorry. This thing is little. Okay, let's go back with some white and kind of highlight this hat. It's kind of blending in with the background. Just put a little white right there. Okay. Now his hair. I'm just going to use straight beige to begin with. And this is just like coloring, guys. If you'd like to paint this little boy, be assured that you can do it. If you just want this pattern, I'll send it to you for $3. That'll just cover my time and cost. Just comment below and I'll do that. Okay, I'm going to go to brown. Just a little bit, straight brown. I'm make his hair a little bit darker under the brim of the hat. Just going to pull down some brown strokes. Okay. Okay, we're going to do his shirt next. This is Wedgwood blue. I'm going to go ahead and get out some darker blue to make the highlights. This is called Blue Peacock. I'm just going to go straight down and paint. I've kind of drawn places that are darker. Now underneath the collar, it's darker. I'm going to go ahead and do some dark places. Underneath his sleeve is dark. I keep referring to the photograph. I mean the photo, the printed piece that I'm working from. If I ever know the original artist, I will tell you in the description, but I do not know the original artist on this. This is a seam right here. Now I am going to use a pen, an acrylic pen at the end to highlight like the seams. Sorry. Go ahead and get under this sleeve. It is so dark outside. I'm so sorry. Should have placed my lights closer. Okay, I'm going to come back with a lighter blue. I'm not going to wait for this to dry because if it mixes, it mixes. He's got a little touch of sunlight there. He also has sunlight on his sleeve a little bit. He has sunlight on this sleeve. Now I'm going to mix the two blues together. And come back and kind of make them blend together better. So that this looks more like folds in the shirt. I need my eraser. If you're a painter and you don't have one of these, you need it. I just stick it in the water. Kind of takes off the color that you got out of line with. Okay, let's just go on down with his blue jeans. We'll come back to his belt. Wait, this right here is his shirt. We'll do his belt loops darker blue. That's where the seam is. Go ahead and paint it darker under the belt. The middle of the pocket is darker. I'm just painting the folds in the blue jeans. Sounded like a limb fell on the house. Most painters would do layers, and I don't do that. I like for my paintings to look, you know, like watercolor. Anyway, I'm not a real painter. I'm just someone who copies other people because I love to paint. And I'm not gifted enough to sit down and just paint something out of my head. I'm just not. I've tried for years, can't do it, so I gave up trying and started using this method just to soothe my soul. Okay, on the pocket, let's mix some dark blue and the lighter blue just so they'll stand out. You know, if you don't paint an area, that's fine, because when you varnish it, the color of the board is a tan, and it just looks, it looks okay. So I'm just swishing color on. And if I weren't on camera, I'd be taking a lot more time. Right, that's his shoe. Need my eraser again. The camera is right in my face, so I'm having to look through it. Okay, that didn't work this time. Okay, let's paint his belt. I'll mix a little bit of white with this dark brown I have. Add some white right on top. adding some highlights here and there. Okay, we'll go back to the brown and do his shoes. Okay, the very bottom of his shoe right here, I gotta change brushes. The bottom of his shoe is a dark brown. Gonna have to pull it closer to me because the camera is in my face. Now I'm gonna add a little white to the brown. As I said, we're going to come back with a marker and make the sole of that shoe. Okay, now we're going to do the rope. And we're just going to do it beige. And then we'll come back with a pen and make little lines in it. You don't have to cover every little bit of it, just because the board is tan behind it. Okay, let's dry this so that we can outline it. You can fast forward it if you want to. I'll make sure the rope is dry before I bring out a pen, which I did not get out, but they're right here. Okay. me get the pins. I keep them in a bag so that they don't dry out. This is the sepia, which is a brown. And I'm going to use a white. And the other one is gray. I'm going to go ahead and get it out in case. Alright, let's start with the sepia, which is a brown. Let's go to his cowboy hat. Making sure it's dry. It is. Sometimes you have to push down on the pen to get it started. I'm not sure. Let's use another one. This one seems like I've used it up or something. Yeah, here we go. You do have to be careful because you can't erase them. And you don't have to make the line continuous, just highlight part of it. I get these on Amazon. They're called acrylic pens. I mean, they make all the difference. Do you agree? I don't think I'll go around his face. Okay, we'll do the rope and his hands and then come back with a gray to do his clothes. Okay, let's do the rope. Now we don't want to outline both sides, just maybe one side. I'm so proud of my dogs. They haven't made a peep. I'm sorry. Maybe because it's raining, they feel as laid back as I do today. I keep cutting y'all out of the picture, don't I? I'm so sorry. This one is so small. Okay. Let's go ahead and do his shoes. I'm gonna have to come back with white on that. Let's go ahead and do the white. I can't tell if it works. I think you have to pump these. Okay, I just want to highlight these seams just a little bit. Okay, now we need the gray. I'm not sure I've ever used these. Okay, we'll start at the collar. This is very subtle, but it is helping to define the shirt. Let's do the other side. Okay, let's outline the pockets. Okay, I'm better than I was when I first began, but which has only been a couple of months, but I'm still learning how to do this properly. What do you think? He's a cutie. Just outline his belt buckles. I mean, they're not buckles, you know what I mean. Okay. Now we're going to varnish it and just see how beautiful it really is. All this right here, oh, looks so good. Okay. And it is dry. I'm going to push this down so it will be level. I use this little level to make sure, because this varnish will run off the edge if it's not level. Okay, it's level. Let me push it over. Let me see if I can back it up and see if you can see it better. Pour some right in the middle. That should be enough. Get a bigger brush. Of course, I want to do the edges, but I don't want to have too much. This is self-leveling. I'll brush some on the edges. I usually do 2 coats. I'll do the edges and another coat later. Look how cute he is. Look how cute. Let me pick him up. See how everything just pops? Isn't he a cutie pie? Hey, thanks for staying with me today and watching this. Think about subscribing to my channel. I'm going to paint a lot of kids. I love kids and girls. So I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.